Welcome back to the Something Cafe. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Something Cafe. This is your host, Celestino Dooley. And I'm gonna ask you the question we ask every time, but I have a very, very cool answer for you guys this week. You know what I'm gonna ask you? I'm gonna ask you if you brought your cup. Did you bring it? Did you bring your cup? I brought a couple things. First of all, I brought the cup I always bring. Let's take a sip together. Let that settle in. Let that settle in. And second of all, I brought another cup. If you're on the audio, you might be wondering why there was just a little bit of bout of silence right there. Let me assure you that I have not passed out. But let me also assure you that I am holding the new certified Something Cafe mug, available now online. So when I ask you, did you bring your cup? You can officially say you did. This is the official Something Cafe mug. It's got the logo up there in the front. Let's let the camera focus. And then on the back, we have a quote from one of the episodes. If you can't read it because the camera's dumb, or if you're only on audio, it's my quote: "If chips and salsa were a person, I would not be single." You can get your official Something Cafe mug right now if you go to the link connected to this episode. Celestino, how do I go to the link connected to this episode? Well, while I turn my headphones down because I'm very loud right now, I will tell you. You will go to, if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or YouTube, you will go to the description of the episode, the description of the episode, perhaps the info of the episode, and I have all of the links there, and one of them is called Linktree. Okay? Linktree, from Linktree. Linktree. You're going to click that. It's going to pull up a page. Don't worry. It's not confusing. Follow along. Hold my hand. It's going to pull up a page with a bunch of different boxes to select. And actually, all of these boxes are different links for the show. It could be the Spotify link, the Apple link, could be the YouTube link, the Patreon, which I'll be rolling out soon. But what you're looking for is the link that says merch. Something merchandise, something merch. You're going to go there, and that's where you can buy one of 3 items. Or you could buy all 3 at one time. There's the official Something Cafe mug. There is official Something Cafe stickers. And I really like this. There is official Something Cafe canvas art pieces, which actually look rather nice. I'm going to throw those pictures up on the screen right now of the 3 different things that you can be purchasing at the Something Cafe store. I'm very excited. In fact, double trouble, make it double, toil and trouble. I got a little bit of some bubbles in my tummy. Check this out. I got 2 Something Cafe mugs. Why do I have 2? So when I have a guest, they can drink out of one. I can drink out of the other. Brother, that's what we call in this industry advertising. Boom. Now, speaking of guests, I was supposed to have a guest today, up until an hour ago. Unfortunately, she had a bit of a family emergency. All good. Hold on. Sorry. All good. All good. Nope. No problem, man. It's a cafe. Cafes are chill. You can't make it? Baby, that's all right. That's all right. Hopefully we can catch her next week, though. That would be cool. Her name is Cadence. She's an artist, singer, performer. One of the first people that I met down here in Florida. today is the March 16th. And yesterday was a rather special day for me. Yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of my first ever song I've ever released. Here comes Lars. Here comes Lars. Lars is here to say that he loves my song Malapara Me. Yesterday was the 2-year anniversary for my first ever song I've ever released. Now, when you're listening to this on a Tuesday, it's not going to be March 16th, but as of right now, it is March 16th that I'm recording this. So, yeah, 2-year anniversary of the first ever song I ever put out. Very exciting. I have grown a lot since then. That song is a great song, but when you really listen to it, you can tell I've improved a lot. Lars thinks that too. If you aren't on the video, can you do yourself a favor and just go to the video right now, please? I'll give you a couple seconds to just look at how cute Lars is. Look at him. You're damn right, Lars. You're damn right. All right, buddy. Go poop on yourself. Good boy. But yeah, so we were supposed to have a guest today. Unfortunately, we did not. But that's all right, guys. That's all right. But yeah, I just wanted to announce the merch. If you have any other ideas for merch, anything else you might want to see on the merch store, any quotes from the episodes, anything, any kind of homages to stories that you want on merch, let me know, brother. I'm definitely gonna put "Did You Bring Your Cup" on some merch soon. I'm also thinking about changing up the logo just a little bit. I'll let you guys know when you look at the art for this podcast. It's no surprise that I'm an amateur, right? It's no surprise that I did not study graphic design like my confusingly Asian Mexican friend Vonnie Bain did. But I have been making every single piece of art on my own. I feel proud of myself for that. But because of that, it's not. They aren't Picassos. That ain't no. That ain't that. Oh my gosh, that stutter just sneaks up and comes out of nowhere, doesn't it? I'm no Picasso. That ain't no secret. All right. But I am thinking about changing the logo up just a little bit. Just not even going to change much. I just want to add something. So I'm gonna do that. But speaking of stories and tales of whimsical woes, I have another dream for you guys. It's a whole lot less depressing than the nightmare from last week. I have a dream to tell you guys about. This was a dream, and now if you're a first-time tuner inner, my dreams I'm talking about are fantastical. I mean, these dreams are so. They are so out there that I couldn't even come up with them. And I never wrote them down. I never made a dream journal or anything. Isn't that odd? How do you remember those dreams, though, Celestino? Because of how crazy they are. All right? Because of how crazy they are. This dream was one I had a real long time ago. I want to say this was in junior high. This is the dream that I call. Oh, what do I call it? What did I write down here? The Mexican bouncy house castle. Now you might be listening to that and think, are you about to get racial? I am going to get racial in the best way. Clip that. So, this dream starts out, it's me and my best friends from my hometown of Central Illinois, going back to the cornfields and people who are slightly attracted to their own sister. And we've got my best friends. We've got my best friend Mason, my best friend Sammy, my best friend Tristan. And it's the four of us. And we decide to go on a vacation to Mexico. And not just Mexico, we are vacationing to the Mexican Kingdom. Y'all are familiar with that, right? That giant castle in Mexico, the Mexican Kingdom that everybody knows about. I've got a good Spanish population in my Rolodex, and you have no idea what I'm talking about because it's not even real. There's no such thing. But it gets even crazier. I know. We decided to take a trip to the Mexican Kingdom. So we end up walking there because, again, this is a dream where everything is one-to-one with reality. We end up walking there, and as we're coming up over the hill, over the horizon, we see the top of the castle, the Mexican castle, the Mexican Kingdom. And we see it, we get all excited, jumping for joy. We're almost there. We're almost to the Mexican Kingdom. So we're walking, and we get closer and closer and closer to it, and we start to notice something looks a little off about it. Something looks a little flimsy. Something looks a little weird. And that's when we start to notice that the Mexican Kingdom is actually just a castle-sized bouncy house. So when we get in there, it is a bouncy house, but it's not a boring bouncy house. It is just imagine the beautiful intricacies of a castle, but just turn it all into balloons and inflatable. That's it, right? So we walk in through the front gate, and we're looking around, and we are very, very pleased. We've heard so many things about the Mexican castle and its bounciness. And as we're walking around, we hear a loud noise coming from the gate that we had just crossed through. And we look over at the gate, and it is this woman. She is not dressed, and she is screaming and going crazy. She runs up at us to attack us, and the security guards tackle her. Me and my friends are all like, we're all relieved, right? We're like, oh, thank God we didn't get attacked by the mysterious undressed lady from the Mexican castle. Although some people might want that. And we were all we were all happy that we were saved by the security guards, but there was something off about the security guards. So we take a little look closer to the security guards, and the security guards are all bipedal, which means they are standing on two legs. They are all bipedal panda bears with AR-14s and bulletproof vests on and communication earpieces. Speaking in perfect English, because I didn't know Spanish at the time yet. This is normal, apparently. So we start talking to the security guards, these panda bears, in bulletproof vests, holding guns, with radios and earpieces. And sorry, there's something in my mouth. And we end up talking to them a little bit, and we get to learn some stuff about them. And after we're done talking to the panda bear security guards, and the lady goes off to Bounty House Mexican Kingdom jail, me and Mason and the girls decide on splitting up. So me and Mason go up to the roof to go just chill, have a little bit of bro time. We go up there, have a little bro time, and to talk about bro stuff, man, like snowboarding and like doing our taxes a week late. Yeah, man. And then the girls go downstairs and they do girly stuff, like talk about feelings and paint their fingernails and like things that are pink and talk about emotions and crap like that, girl stuff. They actually just end up going to the hot tub. Me and Mason are up on the tippity top floor of the Mexican castle. It is an open floor, so it's basically just like a giant balcony. We're basically on the roof, and we're looking out on the horizon, and me and him are just having a little dude time. Dude, hang tight, bro, dude time. And we're looking over the horizon, and as we're having dude time, we hear like dum 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 dum, and we're like, excuse you? What is that sound? And when we look over the horizon, we see something peculiar. We see something moving. It's big. It's wide. It's vast. No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about an army that's marching over the hill. And me and Mason start freaking out. We're like, oh my gosh, we have to go tell people. And as we look closer with the binoculars that we just happen to have in our pockets, we notice that it is the rivaling nation army of the polar bears. All wearing vests, all with guns, all with ear pierces, and trebuchets. If you don't know what a trebuchet is, it's a manual catapult. So they're coming up over the horizon, and we get all scared. We have to go warn the Mexican kingdom. We have to go warn the population. We have to warn the panda bears that the polar bears are coming. Before me and Mason can even take a step towards the stairs, a bullet fires from the polar bears in it. You would think the structural integrity of the castle would be a bit more sophisticated, but because it was a bouncy house material, one bullet shot through and the entire castle fell down. Me and Mason presume that the girls are dead. Sorry, Sammy. Sorry, Tristan. And me and Mason are scared. We're laying on the ground. The polar bears are winning. The panda bears are dying. The panda bears are losing. And me and Mason are trying to play dead as the polar bears walk over our friends and security guards as dead corpses. And the final moments of the dream was a polar bear kicked me to check if I were dead. He realized I wasn't dead. With his foot, he flipped me over onto my back. He pumped the shotgun and then just blasted me in my face. And that's when I woke up. I don't take any crazy drugs. The only drug I take starts with a T. That's TLC. A little bit of tender love and care. Alright? That's the only drug I take. That, and a copious amount of anxiety. And yet that's where that dream comes from, is my little twisted, little fuzzy little... That's a little dream came from my little smooth, little folded up brain. My little tractor pulling, loving, fruit blending, little noggin up there. Huh? That's where that dream came from. This would have been junior high. That's when I was like really in touch with those guys, with those friends. Yeah, man. Ain't that crazy? Now, which dream did you like more though? Right? Because last week, what was the dream I talked about? I talked about, oh gosh, what did I? I'm asking myself that, like I don't have the notes right here. The Godzilla dream, the Katy Perry and Godzilla. It was the name of the freaking episode. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Speaking of that, I already thought of another dream, but I don't want to spoil it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and make a note for episode 10, which would be next episode, to bring up then that next dream. Because the next dream I'm going to bring up next week is probably, it's not the longest story, but it is definitely the most out there story. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Optimus Prime Army. Okay. But yeah. So my mom texted me today, as she does every day, because she loves me and I love her. Now, okay, hold on. I'm going to do a little backtrack here. Speaking of my mother listens to every single one of these episodes. She listens to them when she's at work. And when I ask her about what she thought of the episode, obviously I'm not fishing for compliments. I would just like to know what she thought was funny and whatever. She usually just goes on and tells me everything that she hated. And then when I say, well, what did you like about it? She says, well, would you rather have a mom that gives you applause all the time or is real with you? I agree with her, but I would like to smile. Now, my mom got on my Little prison. My mom got on my keister the last week. My mom said that she's embarrassed that I cussed in the last episode. I said the B word. Hey. Uh-oh. Sorry, Mom. It was a part of the comedy. I understand though. Want to keep it a little clean, a little professional. I am a Christian man, and I'm not. That's not there. That's not coming from humor. I truly am a man of practicing faith. But I want you guys to smell the little bit of irony coming up, and I know my mom's listening, so check this out, Mama. So she got mad at me because I cussed on the last episode. I said the B word. Uh-oh. And, I apologized to her, and she said, I'm not going to send it to anybody if you keep doing that. Fair. Explain this, Mom. A couple days later, I got something in the mail. My mom likes to, so I'll send my mom stuff that I would like on Amazon. Not because I want her to buy it for me, but because she's the one with the Prime account, and I've said, well, can I get the login to it so I can just order my own stuff? She said, no, you need to ask me. I said, fair. So whenever I want something on Amazon, I send her the link and then I pay her back, which I forgot to pay her back. I'll do that after. Sorry, Mom. But I got a new leather box for my card game, real testosterone filled purchase right there. And she, while I do this, she likes to add in like a couple like little books, like cute kind of nothing books. Like one of the books I got was a book for 4-year-olds called Be Friendly Like Pikachu. Okay, that's cool. Thanks, Mom. But she did get me another book. Now this ties in because she got mad at me for cussing. She said she wouldn't send the podcast to anybody if I kept cussing. Explain this, Mom. Explain this. She sent me Dirty Italian, the book. Dirty Italian. Everyday slang for what's up to F off. Now, Mom. The irony. The irony. Mama, I love you, but this is too good to not talk about. On the video portion, you will see the graphic that's on the back of this book. A woman with large mammaries holding 2 watermelons. So I thought every week we might read a little excerpt from Dirty Italian. This is from Gabriele Jovino. Now, I do know just a little bit of Italian, just from singing it all my life, and I did a little bit of Duolingo before I switched to Spanish. But I thought we would learn a phrase every week. Just one. So, this week's phrase, we are going to learn to say the phrase, who gives a damn? In Italian. Who gives a damn? In English, who gives a damn? In Italian, chi se ne frega. Chi ne se frega? Chi se ne frega? Frega. Chi se ne frega? Chi ne se frega? Chi se ne frega? Who gives a damn? Chi se ne frega? Chi se ne frega. That's fun. That's just fun to say. The thing about Italian is very, very similar to Spanish. It's very similar to Spanish. Now, as I'm going through this book, there is a lot of profanities in here. I will skip over those. I will say, let's learn one more phrase together. In English, it's cold as balls. Okay? In English, it's cold as balls. in Spanish. Fa un freddo cane. Fa un freddo cane. Ai, fra un freddo cane. Fra un freddo cane. The thing with Italian is every vowel. So in English, we have these things called diphthongs. I'm not making a joke here. They're called diphthongs. Diphthongs. And a diphthong is a vowel that it's heavy in English. You might not know this, but when I explain it to you, it will make sense. A diphthong is something in English that makes a vowel really use two vowel sounds in one, but it's only one. Let's take the word no, for example. Say the word no. As you're sitting there, say the word no. No. Now say it slower. No. 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 Okay? Now slow it down even more. No. No. So we have two vowel sounds there. We have no and u. So o and u. But we put them together. No. No. I'm trying to think of another diphthong. Like blaze. 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 Or, I mean, it's the same as no, but something like cope. 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 If we were to just solidify one, it would be cope or coop. But no, we go cope. So that's a diphthong. And in Italian, there are 0 diphthongs ever. So we have, it's cold as balls. We have fa, so F and A. Now in English, we might just be lazy and say fa, fa, fa. But that's a and See that? That's a diphthong. Fa, a, and fa. But no, in Italian, it has to be one. Fa, fa. Fa, un, faun, freddo, freddo. So fre and do. We can't be American here and say Freddo. No. Freddo. And then cane. See, you could read this and think it says cane, but that doesn't exist in Italian. The whole E jumping over the letter in front of it to kick it in the butt to say its own name. That doesn't exist. The other phrase I had you guys learn, who gives a damn. It's kind of funny, right? Because it's chi se ne frega, and chi is spelled C-H-I. And the thing with Italian, and this is really interesting to me. And again, I know all of this because I used to sing exclusively Italian opera for like 10 years. Okay, and I'm only 21. That was like half of my freaking life. But when I say chi, CH in Italian is k. C in Italian is ch. CC, a double C, I believe is k. It's backwards. So CH is k, C is ch. So like in the phrase bella ciao, it is well. Bella ciao, right? It's B-E-L-L-A, so bella. And then ciao. So ciao is C-I-A-O. Ciao, but it's just C, it's not C-H. If it were C-H-I-A-O, it'd be cow. Cow. Ciao. Ciao. Yeah, guys, there's a little bit of Italian there for you. Every week I'm going to read out a little bit of this. And it's just fun because... Oh, okay, guys, one more. Come on now, stick with me here. This is in English. Don't take it personally. I'm a lesbian. Okay? We're going to learn this phrase. Don't take it personally. In English, don't take it personally. I'm a lesbian. This is for you, Mom. Non te la prendere. Non te la prendere. Sono lesbica. So don't take it personally. Non te la prendere. and all the R's are hard. That's the wrong way to put that. Whoa. All of the R's are supposed to be, what's the word? Are supposed to be firm, I guess. I don't know. There's no good way to put that. The R's are supposed to be solid. They're supposed to sound like D's. So in prendere, it's not prendere, or maybe in Spanish it's prendere. In Italian it's prendere. So non te la prendere. Sono means I am. So sono lesbica. Lesbian. I'm a lesbian. Sono lesbica. Non te la prendere, sono lesbica. Lesbica. So let's say it together, the Wiggle style. Non te la prendere, sono lesbica. Non te la prendere, sono lesbica. ¿Qué quieres? I just mixed Spanish and Italian right there. That, ladies and gentlemen, is dirty Italian sent from my mother to me only a couple days after she got mad for me cussing in an episode. Bam. Check that out, huh? Check that out. I have something else for you to check out. I'm Pampered Chef certified, boy. You know what Pampered Chef is? You know? Cooking up some of that good stuff? Well, I'm Pampered Chef certified. Okay? I'm Pampered Chef certified, man. How did I get Pampered Chef certified? I don't know a whole lot either. I helped my step aunt out with some stuff, and I became an ambassador. It kind of went over my head, but I am officially certified. I've made $20. I'm gonna be rich, and I have an apron, a branded official Pampered Chef apron. You might see me wear that in an episode. But yeah, I'm Pampered Chef certified. I got a lot of cool stuff. I was gonna do an unboxing, but I got carried away and already did it because I was just so excited to unbox my new knives and my new garlic press. I mean, if that doesn't get your skin tingling, brother, I don't know what will. I was really banking on having a guest today, so I'm a little dry for topics. I was supposed to have a guest up until an hour ago, so I was kind of when I have a guest episode, I account for them to talk the most, and I kind of let them ride along with the topics. So I didn't write a whole lot, but I will say this after I take a sip because my mouth is getting dry. We're just chilling, guys. We are just chilling. I do have a story though. So my mom reminded me of something this morning. This is the Red Raccoon incident. I don't think this guy's gonna ever hear this, so I'm okay with telling it. The Red Raccoon incident. So, what is a red raccoon? What are you talking about? Brother, I'm about to fill you in like a jelly-filled donut. I'm just laughing about thinking about it. So, I went to school, obviously, when I was younger. Junior high, kindergarten, first grade, all of that stuff. Basically, every grade up to 8th grade. I was going to school in my hometown school, Central Illinois. I won't say what town. Like I said, I like to refrain from naming things just for the safety, because millions of people listen to this. But in my hometown school district, that's where I went to. 8th grade comes rolling up, and my mother poses me with an option to transfer to a high school, a very prestigious high school, actually, in the neighboring city, about 30 minutes out. Sounds like a long drive to some people, but as someone who lived in the country for their entire life, 30 minutes is an easy drive. You know what? Speaking of that, I have a guy at work that no one can hear talk, and I was telling him about this acai place that I found, the same acai place from episode 2 with the Cocoa Beach Bowl, and we were trying to figure out where we wanted to go for lunch. Because we, on Fridays, sometimes me and the OR guys, we like to go and get, like we like to go to this food truck, whatever. But I told him, I said, let's go to the acai place. He said, oh, okay, how far away is that? I said, what? He said, how far away is that? I said, dude, it's right here. It's 12 minutes. He's like, bro, that's not right here. That's like far. I said, no, it's not. 12 minutes is not far. 12 minutes is basically right here. I said, it's close. It's right here. It's 12 minutes away. Come on, cut me some capital SLACK. Cut me some slack, brother. He was like, no, bro. That's actually pretty far, man. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, brother, speak up. And second of all, it's close. But school was 30 minutes away. I transferred to this new school. I was having some back and forth with my mom and my dad. I didn't want to go. I did want to go. I didn't want to go. I did want to go. It is like in the top like 80 greatest high schools in the nation. Pretty awesome school. At least it was awesome. It's kind of lost its luster now. Unfortunately, it just, man, that really did just hurt my heart saying that right now, actually. Wow. Damn. It's unfortunate, guys. I mean, man, that made me sad right there, brother. Just thinking about how that school is just kind of going down the drain, man. Damn. But at the time, it was very, very thriving. And I finally said, all right, Mom, fine by me. Sign me up. Let's see if I get accepted. Because from the looks of it, they had great programs for everything, and they did. I mean, I came in and got out at the perfect time at that high school, right when it was at its best, right, and I got out right before it fell. I lucked out. So I ended up getting accepted. Now here's the thing. Obviously, this is a new school in a new town in a new city. I didn't have any friends. Like, I didn't know anybody, of course. Now, I'm not always nervous about that. I'm very good. I don't want to say I'm very good at making friends, because that sounds vain, that sounds cocky, but I'm very good at getting names. Let me just say that. Very, very seldom am I shy to get a name. Unless it's an attractive girl, then I'd rather kill myself. So, I have one thing against me, though, is, I just had to have surgeries on the bottoms of my feet. This will have been the second surgery, I believe. No. This was the first. This was the first surgery. So, I had these growths, these benign cysts on the bottoms of both of my feet. So large and so harmful that the doctors said the only way we can save your feet is if we were to just, I really, really hope you're not eating right now. Let's say the Dirty Italian book by Gabriele Enviamo is my foot. And I want to save my place in this book, but let's just say I were to put my finger halfway in this book. What they had to do was just basically take the bottom half of my foot and just fillet it off with everything that was on it. So obviously I was recliner / bedridden for an entire summer and the first maybe couple months of my freshman year of this new high school. And that obviously scared the crap out of me, because it's like, how am I going to make friends now? I'm some stupid loser with who just gained a bunch of weight from my surgery. And yeah, dude, it was so bad, man. It was so bad. Oh my gosh, man. It was just the worst. Horrible, man. I mean, just thinking about it again, man, what a time. But obviously, I had a hard time making friends. Well, when my feet finally healed, hold on, I can hear my neighbors. Guys, my neighbors, my downstairs neighbors, I still haven't met them yet. My old neighbor moved out. She was interesting. Uh, Kind of sucks. Me and her, we me and her didn't necessarily have like a good friendship going. It's just me and her were just very friendly to each other, which I enjoyed that. I'm trying to listen to see if they're saying anything else. But these new neighbors are the ones with the dogs, and to this day, what this is episode 9 now, 9 weeks. That's 2 months and a week. I I said this on episode 1. So two months and a week ago, that every morning when I leave for work, which is I start walking down my outside stairs at about, I'd say at about 5:45 every single morning at 5:45 a.m. I walk down those steps and those dogs just start barking so loud you can hear it through the walls, like if as if they were right there. Now, obviously, this doesn't bother me because I'm going to work, brother. I already got my scrubs on. It cannot be fun for them, but it's not my fault. That's all their dogs do is bark. Every time I walk by their door, because I have to get up to my place, if I even jingle my keys, the dogs start going crazy. Again, this does not bother me at all because I always have my headphones in. But it cannot be fun for everybody else. Not my fault. Um, what on earth was I talking about? High school. So I need to make some friends. And I'm I'm a I'm a nerd, Like I like nerdy stuff. I mean, I just bought a nice leather card box for my Pokemon cards to bring to work to play the card game with the autistic volunteer. I'm a nerd and I love that stuff. I'm currently looking at in just if I just keep my head still right here and I were to count every Pikachu in my vicinity, I would see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pikachus just without even turning my head. So I kind of start running with the nerdy crowd. And not particularly the best people to start out with, just because since these were the first people that I really got to talk to and know, I was getting all the info from them. And since I was really the only new guy at this high school, they already had history with like everybody, and they would always tell me, "Oh, this girl's the worst. She does this, and this guy's this guy sucks, and blah blah blah." And I'm listening, like, okay, good to know, good to know. Like, oh, this cheerleader's mean to everybody, blah 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 blah. But once I got out of my shell a little bit and started talking to all these people, I quickly realized that this was incredibly biased. Everyone that they had bad things to say about were some of the nicest people. It was just because they were nerds that secluded themselves and never got to know anybody and just let people walk over them. I made friends quickly with everybody. Um I kind of became like the favorite new guy. Like I was the only new guy there, and I quickly became very well known in the high school. It was a smaller high school, 650 people total. Um, but I would play video games with these guys, and I would still play games with them, like after kind of breaking out of my shell, because I am not. There's nothing about me that's better than making friends with anybody. Okay, let's just get that. Let's just get that straight. Like I will play. I mean, I play Pokemon card game with the damn autistic volunteer at the hospital. Okay, clearly I'm not. I'm not above hanging out with anybody. So I still play games with these guys, and I actually got to be really good friends with one of them. But the other one, the weird one, the very, you can't get weirder than this guy. You really, 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 really can't. Let's call him Bob. Let's call him Bobby. All right. Let's call him Bobby. So I'm just laughing thinking about it. So Bobby, he invites me. So he messages me one day and said, "Hey, do you want to go to," and here's the title of the story. Here's the part that my mom loves to make fun of me for. He says, "Hey, do you want to go to the Red Raccoon?" I said, "Huh? Sorry? Do you want to go to the Red Raccoon?" says Bobby. Bobby says, "Do you want to go to the Red Raccoon?" Celestino says, "Brother, what the hell are you talking about?" So he explains to me that it's like a tabletop gaming store. Now, we're not talking Monopoly here. We're not talking about Uno. Brother, we're talking about things called War and Thunder and Pirate Game. We are talking about Dungeons and Dragons. There we go. Thank you. We are talking about Dungeons and Dragons level stuff, where tabletop gaming isn't just Monopoly with a board or not chess. We're talking, these games last 6 hours with hundreds of pieces and so detailed oriented that you have to roll dice just to determine how fast the wind will affect the bullet that you just shot the previous turn. That's what brother, that's what we're dealing with here. All right. So I oblige because, again, I'm just trying to get to know some people, and I oblige, and I have my mom, because I wasn't driving yet, which is embarrassing, and I had my mom drop me off at the Red Raccoon, and the moment I step into that place, I realize I felt like how Adam felt when he realized Eve took a bite of that apple. There is something wrong going on here. The moment I stepped in, it just smelled so bad. It smelled like homes without showers or homes that don't use showers. And it was filled with men who look the same as what I just described. No shower men. Mom's already gone, and I've accepted my fate. I find Bobby in the back, in the game room, and he has this giant table set up. There are hills and terrain and bunkers and freaking trenches and trees and stuff like that on this giant table with numbers everywhere. And he says, "Are you ready to go to war?" That's when I knew. I just thought to myself, I am never gonna make friends at this new school. I said, "Okay, all right, man, let's go." I didn't know any of the rules. He tried to explain to me the rules as we went. Obviously, he already knew everything, so I was like, "All right." I roll 3 dice. He's like, "No. The compass is facing the south, and when the compass is facing the south, how many dice do we roll? 3.5. That's right. So pick up the half dice, roll that, but to roll them vertically, not horizontally, because that's not kosher." I'm like, "Okay, dude, I'm playing this stupid game. It's some stupid." And now here's the thing: this game would actually be pretty cool. Again, nerd stuff. For a guy like me, I think these games would actually be really fun, really cool, very long, intricate games with a lot of strategy. It would be cool if I knew what I was doing. If I knew what I was doing, then it would be fun. But I didn't know. He would just just explain to me the rules as we went. And I was just thinking, like, man, I could be having a lot of fun right now if, one, I wasn't playing with a loser, and two, I actually knew what was going on. But no, I had to roll these dice and do this stuff and do freaking jumping jacks. And of course, like, it was so comical. Like, he would roll the dice, and somehow all of his men, take protein shakes, and now they're 4 times stronger for the next 4 turns. And that he got one extra soldier in the infantry, and this man invented the telephone, and now he has communication skills. When I roll the dice, it's like one of your soldiers just contracted syphilis. I roll the dice again. 3 of your soldiers have gangrene on every finger. I rolled the dice. 1 soldier shot at a tank, and the bullet ricocheted just perfectly to get him right through the head. I mean, I would literally laugh out loud every single time I rolled the dice, because it was always something stupid. Like, it was, and I'm not even embellishing this story, guys. I'm not even adding on to make this story sound crazier or funnier. I'm not kidding. Like, it was so intricate to the point where you had to roll the dice to see. Like, if you rolled a 10, your bullet would be 0.2 centimeters to the left because of, like, the wind direction. If you rolled a 30, then it would be an inch to the left. And when I rolled that for the first time, I was like, how do you tell? Clearly, I did not know who I was dealing with here. Because before that thought finished, Bobby pulled out a tool belt with 3 different tape measures on it. And he took one off, he unclipped that sucker, stretched it out, put it on the table, and said, "My guy dodges the bullet." The moment the tape measure came out, I knew that there was only a few options left. I either wasn't going to be coming out alive, or he wasn't coming out alive. Or option C, I was going to burn this place to the ground and call my mommy to come pick me up. The moment the tape measures came out, I finally realized what I was truly dealing with. And I was there for 6 hours, guys. 6 hours, because when we finished up the army game, I thought we were done. So I was like, all right, yeah, cool, man. He's like, "Are you ready for the sea?" I said, huh? Sorry? "Are you ready for the sea? Are you ready to fight with naval ships?" And he held up 2 ships. Now, later did I learn that all of these things he made, like, by hand. Obviously, he would buy the models, but he would do everything on them by hand. Paint them, sculpt them, modify them, make them. I mean, even some he homemade. He did everything by hand. So he says, "We've already fought on land, but now it's time to fight on the sea." My prayer count went up in that one moment, because Lord knows I was sending him up a couple rescue beacons. I said, "God, if you're gonna take us all at some point, man, now would be a great time to just rapture me up, brother." So I obliged, because again, I'm not driving yet. I have to wait for my mom, and my mom said she can't come pick me up until like an hour later. So I'm like, all right, let's go. We put the 2 ships on the table. Again, he rolls a dice, and 3 of his cannons shoot right through my boat. I roll the dice, and my captain ends up throwing up on himself, and my crew hand ends up accidentally hanging himself by his thumbs. He rolls the dice. He finds 300 pieces of gold that he can buy upgrades with. I roll the dice, and all of my soldiers become gay or something. Like I have everything against me. There's nothing going right. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, I'm starting to get a little careless here. I'm just trying to kill the time. So when I rolled the dice, I rolled it obviously, on the table, or like where everything is, where the ships are and stuff. And I wasn't paying attention. And as I go to grab the dice, I go to grab the dice, and then obviously, like, I pull my hand back, right? Because that's how that motion works. You go to grab something and you pull your hand back. In that one motion of pulling my hand back, I completely snapped both of the masts of the ships in half. I grab the dice, and as I pull back, I just hear snap, snap. And I look back down, and both ships, the main mast that the sails were on the table, snapped in half. And Bobby is just like, huh? Why did you do that? Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I am so sorry. Look, I don't want to destroy this kid's stuff, man. Like, it's the last thing I already don't want to be there. Now I'm the bad guy. And I snap, and he said, I made those from scratch. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? This is what I get for trying to make friends. This is what I get for trying to make friends. And I'm like, dude, I am so sorry, man. I didn't mean to. We resolve. He packs things up. I'm texting my mom. We are in all caps mode now. Come pick me up, please, right now. Please leave work. Please, mom, come pick me up. Please, mom, please come pick me up. Please, now, mom, please. She finally comes. I hop in. I say, floor it. And ever since then, my mom, whenever she wants to make me laugh, if I'm talking about something nerdy, or something nerdy happens in the news or whatever, she just likes to send me the text Red Raccoon, and I have like Vietnam flashbacks. And this morning, she texts me, and this is where this whole story came from. The actual story took place, like, how long have I been here for, like two and a half years, and that would have been like seven years ago. But just this morning, my mom texts me out of nowhere, just assuming she's thinking about me. She says, you need to find your own red raccoon spot. And I texted back to her. I said, clearly you don't know anything about me. I already have my red raccoon spot, and that's the break room at the hospital where I play Pokemon with the autistic volunteer. Call me a man of diversity, please. Let's take a sip. Man. Oh, man. I've got a good amount of stories out. Really, again, I mean, we're at exactly an hour right now. I'm gonna try to hit an hour 30. I'm rather impressed with myself. I wasn't expecting to get this far without the guest, because if I was gonna do a solo episode, I would have obviously prepared for it. But and when I was trying to prepare for the guest episode, just in case we ran out of topics about music and stuff, I go to and I've already brought this up on a previous episode, but I was like, okay, let's just look up something in the news. I type in recent news and I hit enter. What is wrong with people? I got like 10 headlines. It was like it was all like, check out these photos of dead Gaza babies. Or Biden passes a new bill. Every man has to get their nipples chopped off. Just something crazy. Just like just something like like Trump found as a pedophile. Tune in. Like just the most like depressing, unfun things ever. Like there's a new flu going around and it only targets single mothers. Like what is this, man? Like what? Like so then I type in recent news happy. Nothing. Nothing. Like the happiest news I found was like this dog got a new robotic leg. Broke down 3 weeks later. Like what? Oh my gosh, man. Like obviously there's fun and good news out there. I just need to search harder for it. Obviously I just need to search for like the gaming news, the movie news, the TV show news, the Pokemon news, just like things like that. Like I need to look up I need to read like like the gaming like journalism and stuff like that just to find some fun stuff, like some fun news. Like fun news I brought up last week was like the fun news about how my favorite game Overwatch is doing a collaboration with the car company Porsche. That's fun news. Even if you don't even know what Overwatch is, even if you don't like Porsche, I would like to think that that just sounds like fun, right? It just sounds like fun news. Not this new flu only kills single mothers with an income lower than 15,000 a year. Like what is that, man? Oh my gosh. It's insufferable, man. Absolutely insufferable. I am thinking I've got some cool things in the works for Something Cafe. I want to tell you guys right now that the dream for Something Cafe is a whole lot bigger than just a podcast. I truly believe Something Cafe is going to be a big part in my success in the next 5 years. Something Cafe is going to turn into Something Cafe Studios. Now, what does Something Cafe Studios mean, right? Does that mean what? Like studio like recording? Studio like photography? Yes. Everything. Something Cafe Studios will be like the parent company, the overall name, the main title of the brand. Something Cafe Studios LLC, right? And then under that, I'm going to have many different productions. And I might even bring some people onto the team. I've actually I've been thinking about that as of even this last week. You know, guys, we're only on episode 9. We are still a fairly new podcast. The podcasts I listen to right now are in like what the podcast. My favorite podcast is called The Official Podcast. They're on episode 360, right? So obviously, like I'm still a new podcast, but I'm already thinking about maybe bringing some people onto the Something Cafe team. And what do I mean by that? I mean to start doing some other content. I kind of want to start making YouTube exclusive videos. So as you know right now, or if you don't know, you can listen to the Something Cafe on 3 platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. YouTube is obviously has the video, the video of it. So does Spotify. Not sure about Apple. But I want to start making some YouTube exclusive content to bring some more people there. And this is not stuff that I would post on Spotify or Apple, right? I want to start doing maybe reviews for games and TV shows. Call it the Cafe Critique. All right. I've already made the art, and I already have an idea of who I want to accompany me on making those videos. These would not be a part of the main show. The main show is the Something Cafe podcast, but these would be supplemental. It would be it would be truly it would be its own series. I think that's going to be fun. And bringing on, is my nose bleeding? No. Bringing on someone to come help me with that is going to make it even more exciting. Some new insights. It's not only just going to be me, and I can have other people work on it for a faster turnaround. How cool is that, huh? I think that's the coolest thing. I'm also going to start a Patreon soon. What is a Patreon, you might ask? It's a service that any person can sign up for. Um, and you can either sign up as a member, uh, or as a creator. And I signed up as a creator. What does that mean? Having a creator page on the service called Patreon lets me make different paid tiers, like billed to you monthly, for exclusive content. But I just don't know what I want that exclusive content to be, because I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, I need to check something. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what I even have that's valuable in a exclusive way. Like, I don't even have that many listeners. What's the point of making exclusive stuff when no one's gonna buy it, right? Now, it wouldn't be expensive. I'm gonna put it at $1 a month. Really, I'm gonna put it for like $1, and then I might do a $5 a month tier. Doing so will allow me to start making some money from this and making some more content for you guys. But I just don't know what I want that to be yet, because here's the thing. Here's a little insight on myself. I don't think, okay, here, I'm doing something that people don't like it when I do it. I just don't think that highly of myself in any regard. And that includes this. I do this because I really love doing it. I don't do it because I think I'm funny. I don't do it because I think people care. I mean, I know people care, but I do not think I have anything that someone would want to pay for. I just don't. And the thought of that just sounds so vain. I don't know. Pay $1 a month for more videos of me talking about stupid things. I just hearing that, I just think to myself, who the hell is gonna want to do that? Who's even gonna want that? Nobody. So I need to come up with some ideas. I'm gonna keep brainstorming. It's gonna happen. I just don't know yet. The Patreon is actually live right now. For $1 a month, you can become a member. But there is nothing attached to it yet. There is no exclusive content. So just a warning. If you do sign up for it, you aren't getting anything yet. It's purely for support for me, to make this show better. But there will be soon. So the Patreon is alive right now. It is $1 a month. It is in my link tree. A little tutorial again, right? We did this when I talked about the merch at the beginning of this episode. Go to the link in the episode description and find the link tree link, and in there you will find the Patreon. So, sign up if you would like. I'd really appreciate it. I'm gonna have exclusive content for it soon. I just don't know what yet. But that is the idea, guys. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really excited. I was gonna talk about something, but I completely forgot. There's a new a new card set coming out, for a new Pokemon card set coming out soon on the 24th. I've been doing a lot for myself recently. And when I say that, I mean not in a like I've been buying things for myself. Actually, in the opposite direction. I'm 21 years old. I live on my own. I'm financially independent in most regards. I'm very, very fortunate that my parents are still supporting me in things like the phone bill. Why? Because why would they kick me off of the family phone plan that saves money for literally everybody? The insurance, still on there. I'm still young enough. Just, things like that. I'm very grateful for. But everything else, I'm financially responsible, and I've just taken a step back and looked at how I live and realized that I haven't been the smartest with my money. Not that I'm buying anything stupid. I just need to reel some things back. I just need to reel in how I've been living. Just need to just reel some things back. Now I'm actually rather excited for that, to be honest with you. I'm gonna reel in a couple things back. I'm gonna ease off of how often I use often I take kratom. I'm gonna ease off how often I drink energy drinks, and I'm gonna ease off on the spending. And I'm excited for that growth. Is that healthy to say that I'm excited for that growth? I think that's a good way to look at it. Um, so in doing so, it's gonna make me feel better about buying things like the new set that Pokemon comes out with, because I know I will have the expendable money to feel good about dumb purchases like that, right? I mean, think about it, right? 50% goes to savings. 30% goes to needs. Wait, hold on. Right? Isn't it's like 50% goes to savings and investing, 30% goes to needs, 20% goes to wants. Might have that off. I don't really live by that perfectly, but I do have a large percentage that is going into a sort of savings thing where I am not pulling it out ever. Um, but I'm just gonna try to tighten that ratio up a little bit. But I'm excited. I'm excited for that to come out. It seems like a really, really cool set. I did get an awesome thing at Walmart the other day when I was grocery shopping. I might have already talked about this on the last episode, but I got a new Pokemon deck, which is now the difference here is there's the Pokemon cards, right? There's the collecting, and then there's the game. People who don't understand usually ask, "Do you do anything with them? Like, do you play with them, or do you trade them?" Yes and no. I'm mainly a collector. The cards, every single card does something in the game, in the actual card game, but that's not why people like me want them. It's purely for collecting, to have them, to show them off, to make the value appreciate higher. But I am into the card game. And when I was at Walmart, I every time I go grocery shopping, I kind of mosey on over to the card selection, just kind of see what they've got there, what kind of groceries I can pick up that day. That's where I got the awesome Quaxley premium collection that I showed you guys last week. But there was one more left, and it was a champion deck box. What does that mean? A champion deck box? Oh, dude, I'm just smiling about it, thinking about it. It's so freaking cool. There is the world championship for the card game every year. Duh, right? Every winner of every division, junior division, what's the I guess, for the lack of better terms, the normal division, and then the championship division. The championship division is obviously like the best of the best of the absolute best. And the top winners, the top people from each of those divisions, mainly from the championship division, it's super, super cool. Pokemon releases an exact replica of the deck that they used as an actual deck. How freaking cool is that? Now here's the thing. If they were to just release a copy of the deck with the actual cards in it, that would be way too much, because these cards can be really, really rare, right? So why would they make a deck with these rare cards in it? People would just buy the deck to just take out the good cards and put them in their collection. So what they do is they make specific versions of these cards. So in this deck, every single card has a silver border, and then that championship winner's signature on the card. Come on. How cool is that? So I got that, and I've destroyed the kid at work with it a couple times now. It's been super fun. Really, 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 really fun. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Man, my mouth, I really need to take a drink, guys. Hey, Lars. Lars is getting strong, guys. He really is. He's really kind of hurting me, man. I mean, I don't know if you can see it on my arm, but last night he was attacking my arm because he's still a teenager, right? He still likes to play a lot, but when he was attacking my arm, it was actually the first time where it was kind of unbearable. It was like the first time where I actually had to get it away from him because it hurt that bad. I'm like, oh crap. I know my mom tells me I need another cat for Lars to play with, because here's the thing, I'm gone a lot. I mean, I go to work every day, and then a few days out of the week I come home from work and then go straight to somewhere else for 5 hours. After this, I'm going to the cafe to edit it. I mean, it's kind of, I feel bad for the baby boy, but that's just how it is. And I do think I need another cat for him to play with when I'm gone, because I mean, look, he's a great cat. I freaking love him. He loves playing with me, but he's getting strong, and I mean, last night, I mean, it kind of took my breath away. It hurt a lot. He's gotten very, very strong, and now I'm like, crap. Gotta find him a bubby. Gotta find him a buddy, man. It's not gonna be that much more expensive for the rent. It's only gonna be $30 more. He's playing with my toes now. My lemon vodka, how is that going? It's going very, very well. I'm very excited. I opened one up and just kind of put my tongue at the edge of the jar and just tilted the jar, not even to get a sip, but to just let my tongue hit it, just to taste it. I did that with the one with the simple syrup in it. Tasted pretty good. A little strong, but good. I'm excited for it to be done. I think it's gonna taste a lot better once it's chilled. Oh, that's gonna be good. You know that. Oh, that's gonna be real good when I finally chill it, when it's all said and done and it's all infused and I let it chill. That is gonna taste good. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited for that. But I still have the three. I still have the 3 jars going. So we're gonna see how those turn out. I'm really excited. Now, I appreciate something a buddy said at work yesterday. This is the same guy that I talked about last week. The older cat that listens to this, Michael. I know who's listening right now. What's up, Michael? What's up, my man? Hey, bro. He's a cool dude, man. He's a good friend of mine at work, and we were talking about the podcast. That's the best part is hearing what he liked about the podcast the next day. Because of course I'm not getting it from my mom, she likes to tell it how it is. I didn't raise no sissy boy. No, I didn't raise no some sissy liberal. some sissy Biden lover boy that likes to be all sissy. No, no, no. But no, we were talking about it, and I really appreciate something he said. He said, yeah, like you said that, man, like Michael would not care about all this Pokemon talk, but Michael said, but I do just like listening to the stuff, even though I don't know what the heck you're talking about, just because it's fun to listen to. I was like, yes. That like totally like kind of justifies everything I'm saying, you know? Pretty cool. Pretty cool thing to say. I'm gonna make some improvements to the studio and the setup here. Ooh, speaking of studio, I had a really fun client, guys. I had a really fun client. I had a buddy reach out to me and say, "Hey, I've got this awesome poet that wants to record." Did I already talk about this man? I can't remember. But my buddy said, "Hey, I've got this poet that wants to record his poems. Have him can he come over, blah blah blah." We recorded, I think I already talked about this, but yeah, we recorded the poems. I finally got them done and edited by, I think it was Tuesday, last Tuesday. Really really fun editing those, man. I love editing audio. But I got paid for it, and it was great. I really want to keep doing stuff like that. I remember something weird that happened to me. So I was at work, working, doing everything perfectly right, being a just man, just in case my boss is listening. No, I was at work working, and got a notification on my phone. Ring doorbell. Popped onto the Ring doorbell camera. 2 men standing outside my door, my locked door, 2 locks. And they knocked on my door, and I didn't talk to them through it. I just wanted to hear if they said anything. They said, Verizon, hello? I was just kind of watching it. I was like, okay, weirdo. Kind of weird. Like, they weren't wearing Verizon polos. They weren't wearing like any Verizon, lanyard or just something like a Verizon hat. Something that told me they were with Verizon. Something official. You would think people like that would be wearing something just to be official. And they were just kind of sitting there talking about something stupid, and then they left. I was like, okay, weird. So I went back to work. Later that day, I was laying in bed. I think I was either in bed about to go to bed, or I think I was just laying in bed just to kind of hang out before I did some chores. I don't know. But I get a notification on the Ring doorbell. So I pop that sucker open, and there's this one guy standing outside. He's like, Verizon. What? What is going on right now? Que se frega. Qui ne se frega. I don't give a damn. Qui ne se frega. So this time I turned the microphone on. I think I said something very simple and understandable. I said, hi, how can I help you? Like what are you here for, right? I said, hi, how can I help you? He said, I'm with Verizon. I'm thinking like, all right, we've already got that one covered. That was chapter 4. We're on chapter 5 now. So I said, yeah, what are you here for? He said, can you come to the door? No, I'm not gonna, hold on, let me crack my back. Oh man, that right there that'll get you a little juicy. But yeah, no, I was like, I was just thinking like, no, I won't come to the door for the mysterious Verizon man. I said, And then no, and then he said like, "Oh, is it a bad time right now?" And I just straight up said, "No, it's not. But what are you here for?" And he just didn't say anything. He was like, "Can you come to the door?" I said, "No, dude." And then he left. And I was just thinking like, what? Like I should have just played with him and just said I don't have Verizon. You right? Like just to see how he responded, and that would really tell me like if he had something planned. But like no information. If for some reason if Verizon came to my door, which one I don't know why. Were they doing like a door to door special or something? I don't know. It just made no sense to me. Like even if they were wearing official Verizon merchandise, I still wouldn't go to the door, right? But even then, you would think that they had something prepared, right? Like, am I crazy? Like you would think they had at least a reason. You would think they would even think that far to say, "Oh, we're here doing a routine check on your connection." Still, Mom, I know you're listening. I wouldn't open the door for that crap. Like, no, I don't open the door for anybody unless I know why they're here. Okay? Not once have I ever opened the door to a stranger. Except the one time a cop came to my door. I'm going to write that down to talk about that on the next episode. Cop at my door. Lars and underwear. Okay. But yeah, I was like, you would, like, why is me asking, what are you here for? Why is that a confusing question, dude? If you are trying to rob me, you are the dumbest person ever if you didn't have that much prepared, right? Like, so I just said, all right. And then he just stood there for like 5 more minutes just waiting. I'm like thinking like I got nowhere to be. Also, like if I had to go somewhere, dude, sorry mom, I would rock your shit, okay? I am not a shy person to like what like get off of my get away from my door, dude. I will not ask you again, okay? Seriously. So, I'm glad I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to take that chance. But it's weird, man. Like what? No polo or anything. I mean, like I know Verizon doesn't do that without a reason. If I were to call, obviously, if I were to be like, hey, could you guys come by and fix my dish or something like that? You know, like then, like, well, duh. That like there's a reason, but no, the dude just came. The dude just came to my door. Freaking weird, man. No, I will never open the door for any. I don't care if it's the leasing office. Like that there has to be something scheduled or I have to know about it for me to open my door for somebody. Like that's just how it is. Like I used to live in a really cushy apartment like neighborhood, gated off. Like it was all gated community, really cushy, full of families. The place I live at right now, leaning a little bit more on the creepy side. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But it is cheaper, much cheaper, and I'm happy with it. I've got my own little spot, but it is not like the cushy gated community that I used to live in. This place is a little scary sometimes, where I hear a little yelling here and there. And like I said, I did have a cop come to my door one day. I'll tell that story next time when I had to look a cop in the eyes wearing only underwear holding Lars up. And I said, would you like to come in? So that's what I've had to deal with at this complex so far. Fun. But there's also the complex where I found Linda. Huh? Something to look forward to. Well, look, guys, it is an hour and a half. I made it without a guest. Oh my gosh, I really had to pull for some topics there. Yeah, it just throws me off, man. But hey, Cadence, take your time, girl. She's gonna get back to me when she can. Maybe I can have her on the next episode. But that was this week's episode. This was episode 9 of the Something Cafe. Again, I would really, really appreciate it if you took the time to review the podcast on whatever service you use. Do you use Spotify? Well, go to the podcast's page, and in the top left, you'll find a couple stars. If it's not there, then it's in the 3 dots icon, along with all the other icons. Is it Apple? Go ahead and leave me a 5-star and write a review. Maybe you can leave questions there that I'll answer. Go on the YouTube. Leave me a subscribe, please. That would mean a lot. Subscribe to the channel. Like the channel. Like the video. Even if you don't use YouTube, could you do me a favor and just go do that, right? If you don't use YouTube, then hopefully that's not too much to ask for. I really, really appreciate that, guys. That would be awesome. And leave a comment. Yeah. Look, guys, thank you so much. Go to the link tree in my episode description to find all of the links that I've talked about today. And that is including the link to go buy yourself a Something Cafe mug. Huh? The official Something Cafe mug. If Chips and Salsa were a person, I would not be single. Get one for you, get one for your wife, get one for your husband, get one for your pretty little self. All right, guys? Look, guys, thank you so much for coming by the Something Cafe. My name is Celestino Dooley, and I'm glad you brought your cup. I will see you guys later. See ya.